If you're wondering where your recipe or your entry for your month has been, I've had sick children, but I do have a new one that I'm going to record, I think tomorrow. Actually, when y'all hear this, it's Friday, so I'm recording on Monday, but Tuesday, I think I'm going to record it.
It's Christmas Eve.
I know.
Today, technically, will be Christmas,
It's Christmas Eve. That's
when it
right.
drops.
My bad.
Get in the holiday spirit already. You let out so much energy for this last Wednesday's episode.
I know, right?
My soul was like, I feel like I had that massage all over again.
Yeah, I did. I'm just looking at here. This is what the bed was. I'm all.
I actually walked in that day and it smelled like where I get a massage, but I didn't say anything. And then she later was like, "Yeah, we had massages back." I was like, "Well, no fucking wonder."
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's awesome.
Smelled like essential oils.
It did.
And before we get started, guys, I like to start with a quote, and because we're making this our holiday episode, I thought this would be perfect for it. It says, "It's not what's under the Christmas tree that matters, but who's around it."
Aww.
That's a Charlie Brown quote.
Charlie Brown quote. Man, I used to love Charlie Brown, and I don't remember when I didn't anymore. But now it's just like I don't know why we ever liked that. We grew up with it, but I don't know. It's just I guess generational thing.
Yeah, for sure. What do you guys do for the holidays? What are y'all doing?
We don't have the kids this year until next week. So it'll be after every year it switches who gets Thanksgiving, who gets Christmas. So this year we got Thanksgiving, he got Christmas. Next year it'll flip. So we'll get them on the 28th. But we did our Christmas with them early this weekend.
Yeah, got it.
So we have one up technically because we did Christmas early. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll be over there, and then they'll come back, and we'll have them for Christmas break until like the 6th or 7th, I think.
So yeah, they'll spend New Year's with you guys.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and that's it. Just kind of hanging out. I think my parents are coming over. That's it. Nothing crazy, y'all.
For Christmas?
For Christmas, yeah.
Day or?
Yes, Christmas Day. Typically, we would do stuff on Christmas Eve, like most Mexicans. But this year, I think we're just going to do Christmas Day because most everybody else lives in Austin. They actually went to go visit some family up there this past weekend. But yeah, after the grandparents, like I said, it's not the same anymore. We try to just kind of make it fit wherever everybody can get together.
Yeah, for sure. My sister's not coming down because she just came down for Thanksgiving. So I think she's going to come in town after Christmas and spend New Year's here. And then my grandmother's in town. So we will be going to my grandmother's house for Christmas Eve. Usually we go to Pete's house, family's house. And then Christmas Day, we go to my mom's house. But this year we're going to go ahead and do my grandmother's house. And then Christmas Day, we're going to kind of stop by their house and just kind of leave presents and say hello, and then that evening drive all the way to Cypress
to
go have dinner with my mom. I asked her to come to my house. I said to make it so much easier. I want for Penny to see the Christmas because my mom goes all out to decorate for Christmas.
Like that's where you get it from?
No, my decor looks like shit compared to hers.
Dang.
She makes a whole village where the train runs through there. Like she loves Christmas. She loves decorating for Christmas. I do, but not to her extent.
What's that set called where you have the baby in the manger and the whole thing? What is that?
Baby Jesus.
Yeah, but is there a name for that? Isn't there a name for that whole scene? That whole like the nativity scene, right? Yeah, she makes like a whole nativity scene.
Yeah, and we're not even Catholic, but she was gifted a baby Jesus that was her grandmother's, and I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. So if you're Catholic, like pretty much leave it in the notes. But I think they dress the baby Jesus in like different clothing, and it's in a little bed. I don't really know the tradition. I just know my mom did it because it was her grandmother's, but that's not something that we did normally. But she ended up inheriting the little baby Jesus, and she dresses the baby Jesus for Christmas Eve.
You're so confused. Like, I think
I'm not really
sure. Not stepping on any toes.
Yeah, exactly. So please correct me, guys. I don't really understand how that works, but I know that a lot of people do the baby Jesus and they dress them and they have this clothes for them.
Yeah,
something like that. I'm not really sure. But yeah, so we're gonna go to my mom's for a little bit and just kind of hang out there. I started Elf on the Shelf this year for Penny. I think I mentioned that, right? Did I mention that on the podcast before?
You didn't actually. But,
okay.
But last week you asked me to bring the K-Cups. You saw the K-Cups, right, that I brought?
Yes. it's so funny because Luisa's like, I said, oh, why are they still full? And she goes, I said, I wanted them empty so that he didn't give me ones that she's like, he probably thinks you can't afford them. So now I was like, okay, Luisa, you took him to a whole other level. I'm like, oh my God. I want them to pretend like they're drinking coffee out of there. So I'm going to put straws in there, and that's going to be one of the Elf on the Shelf little things. Funny. So I'm going to go buy like, what is that? I guess talking, I guess. No, what's the other one? I think it's that foam thing that gets hard, so I can make like little whipped cream that goes to the top.
Okay, yeah.
But I have to go to the hardware store to get that. Yeah. So that's going to be their
Cool Whip kind of
whip thing. Yeah,
whipped cream, whatever.
Yeah. So I did the Elf on the Shelf this year for her. She is totally loves it and really believes it, and I love every minute of it. Luisa is scared of them and can't stand them. Penny got her own Elf on the Shelf, so we named her Jovi. And then we introduced Jovi's sisters, which were Mickey's elves on the shelf. And I only remembered one of the elves' names, which her name was Magic, right? And so I guess I had bought her another one. I didn't remember her. And so I couldn't remember her name, so we made up her name. And so her name, Pete and I made up her name, by the way. So we named her Super Chica Lolita because she's dressed in a superhero outfit. And I thought it was perfect and coincidence because Penny loves being a superhero. So, her name is Super Chica Lolita. So that's what we named her. So Lolita, Magic, and Jovi.
That's funny.
And so they're sisters, and Jovi basically said like, hi, these are my sisters. They're going to join me in making your Christmas fun and mischievous, basically, blah, blah, blah. So they've been doing different things. They bring her little like knick-knack gifts. I wrapped one present, and I told her that last night, and I put it there, and I basically said, I write notes with them, by the way. I've always done this for Mickey too. I write notes from the elf. You know what I'm saying? From the elves. I know. It's a lot of work. Trust me.
Oh, I know.
I was sitting there last night just exhausted, right? Because like I said, I've mentioned before for the last couple of podcasts, the girls have had this like allergy issue, so they've been sick, and, sleep hasn't been very much lately. And just with everything going on, me trying to be super mom, like making sure all gifts are purchased. I told Pete today, it's like, hey, we should probably consider going to get the rest of the Christmas gifts, which are just gift cards, because I don't like messing with gifts. Although they're fun, but I just think as the kids get older, it's just easier for them to just, here's your gift card and you go get what you want to go get. Mickey's into Lululemon now, so she's going to get a Lululemon gift card, and then I'm giving her cash because her other gift card was going to be PacSun, but that consists of me having to go to the mall. And I'm not going to go to the mall, not during the holidays. So she's just going to get the $200 in cash. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bunch of little boxes and fill them in with ones. Each box is going to have ones. So she'll just keep opening boxes of ones. You know what I'm saying? So she'll have to count it if she really wants to on her own.
You could probably go to the pharmacy and find some cool gift cards. Like CVS and
yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Target, actually, because I'm going to get Pete's nieces and nephews, the little ones, or great nieces and nephews, gift cards to Target, and then their parents can get them whatever they want, because I know they have the same issues that I have, which is they have an abundance of toys, so they can use it when they really probably need something, versus me buying a toy and they're like, okay, well, there goes another toy to the collection, so yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I didn't buy Penny very many things this year. We just did a clean out, like I said, of all her toys. So because she loves Ryan, I had to really think about what I wanted to get her from Ryan, because they're infamous for itty bitty parts and so many different little parts. So I bought this machine that I guess it's like a vending machine, and it spits out a toy, I think, or something like that. But what I liked about it, here's what I liked about it. And this is me thinking for 2022. I'm going to use that machine later to convert it for the Elves on the Shelf, because I have years of Elf on the Shelf to go. Okay. So I'm just saying. So not only do I have one, I have two. So
maybe he thinks you can't afford it.
So
I'm going to think about that all day.
Yeah. Maybe he thinks you can't afford them. So I'm like, it's weird that he brought them full. I said that they needed to be empty, but okay. I just didn't think nothing of it, you know. And she's like, my God, that's embarrassing. He probably thinks you can't buy your own. You need it. I'm like, I think he knows that I can get some.
That's so funny. Well, we have the refillable ones now where we ground up coffees and we have the K-cups where you just put the grounds in the K-cup and put it in the K-cup machine. So we have a bunch of actual K-cups that are just full that we haven't used in months because now we get like our own coffee either at HEB or we order the kind that we like and then we put it in the refillable ones. So we don't have to,
Genius.
fuck with those.
Yeah.
And it's better. I mean, you shit it on last week. You might as well like, that's not real coffee. I was like, well, I didn't explain it last time. I was like, no, we have refillable.
Oh, okay, yeah,
K-cups.
you should have said that. Then you do have real coffee.
We have real grounds, yeah.
Yeah. So last night, their elf on the shelf thing was she wrapped one gift, and they said that they're really tiny and they can't carry all the gifts, but that they brought one to help out Santa. And that she can't open it until the 25th of Christmas, and there's 6 days left. That they noticed that she hasn't been crossing out the dates on her calendar, so she got up this morning and was like crossing out all the dates. She's like, "Oh, ya falta, ya venido Santa Claus, tenemos que dejar las galletas." For me, guys, I told Pete this last night. I was like, "What you don't understand?" I was like, "You do understand why I do this, right?" And he was like, because it's not him doing it. It's me doing it, And I know that he's probably like, can we go to bed now? But my mom didn't do these things for me. And my mom also didn't let me believe in Santa Claus. It's like, I bought this for you. Santa Claus did not.
Damn.
Because at that time, my mom still was not a business owner. She cleaned houses. So she wanted me to know like how many houses it took for me to be able to get that item. So wasn't no Santa Claus. I ruined it in first grade for other kids when we did about Santa Claus and you wrote a letter to Santa. I was like, Santa's not real. And I totally got in trouble and was asked to not sit in the class while they did the Santa lesson.
And you lost all your friends.
Pretty much they called my mom and said if they could just ask me to not say that because there's a lot of kids that believe in Santa and I obviously don't. And I ruined it for all the kids. What a
terrible kid.
How was I supposed to know?
I know.
I mean, no, it is a terrible thing because I would hate for somebody to go to school and tell Penny, Santa's not real and neither are your elves. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait, this is the whole thing, the magic of Christmas.
Yeah, the innocence of a child.
Yeah, it's like, how dare you? I just killed you for these kids. You know what I'm saying? So totally the worst thing I could have done for these children. No joke. But
have you guys ever written letters to Santa yet?
We're writing it. Like she's supposed to have written it, and she writes a bunch of scribbles, and she says, Santa Claus, yo quiero, scribbling, yo quiero. Check out what she wants. Oh, wait, y'all. Before I tell y'all anything else, she said the most amazing thing. She said, Mami, cuando yo crezca, yo quiero ser una mamá como tú. For those who don't speak Spanish, Mom, when I grow up, I want to be like you, a mom like you. I said, what do you mean, right? Because I can be anything. I want to be a mom like you're a mom, right? So what do you mean? She goes, well, I'm going to say it in English because I guess there's no purpose in me saying it in Spanish. And she's like, because you love me and you always buy me surprises.
It sounds cuter in Spanish.
Porque tú me quieres mucho y me compras muchas sorpresas, she says. And I'm like, okay, well, the surprise part could be X'd out, please. You know what I'm saying? But it was just the most adorable thing because it was like, wait, so she thinks, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm who she wants to be when, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're her hero.
I just felt this knot here, and I said, Pete, did you hear that? Like, I wanted him to hear it. Like, did you hear what she said about me?
Not you, me.
And so I said, that is the sweetest thing. So it's the craziest thing, guys. When I posted that thing the other day on my social media where I said I legit never had any desire to be a mother. I mean that. Not even as a kid. I playing house was not like, ooh, can we play house? To me, it was like I wanted the Barbie ice cream because Barbie ice cream was going to sell ice cream. Does that make sense?
Entrepreneur at 5.
I really blame my mom because I had to take care of my sister. You know what I'm saying? So the desire to be a mom was not there because it was forced on me to like.
So while other kids were playing house, you were building a business.
Sure. Yeah. I totally had a cold cut business. I told you the story.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. But I mean, toy-wise.
Yeah, toy-wise. Yeah. It was like I wanted I wanted the Barbie ice cream because she made ice cream, you know what I'm saying? And she was a business person, you know what I'm saying? And I also like, I mean, I just never liked like babies. I never had I never wanted a baby doll.
You never had baby fever?
Yeah, I never wanted to be like, I never wanted a baby. Can you buy me a baby doll? It was always like a Barbie that did something. You know what I'm saying? It was never like a baby doll, but Penny loves.
Dude. Meanwhile, Brooklyn's toy, if you feed it and you don't like, it'll pee its pants and poops and everything. Dawn was like, we're not going to fill the bottles. We don't need that to happen. And Brooklyn was like, yeah, we don't need a mess.
Oh my God. Mickey had those, but they were from Baby Alive. I got her like 3 different ones and all the accessories, not ever knowing that we would have another child, right? And I remember when I gave all the stuff to my cousin Ashley's daughter, like, I mean, they were in mint condition because Mickey only played with them when she would come to our house. So they were like pretty much untouched. Yeah. And then all the accessories that I had for it, which was like a crib, a little, like a baby carrier, the stroller just we have it because I missed it, because I didn't see it, that it was in the back of her closet. And so I didn't grab it. So it just so happened that we saved it, and then Penny was born. So Penny will push her baby there, even though she has another stroller for her baby, but she pushes the baby there. And then so she asked for, because I carry Sunny on my pouch, or the rebozo, right? So she says that she wanted one of those. She goes, I want to carry my baby like that. So I bought her a baby carrier so that she can carry her baby in the front. And I bought her a diaper bag because she pretends to put the diapers and the milk in her bag the way I do. She'll tell me, look, I have my bag like yours. And then I got her a crib. So she didn't ask for the crib, but I just thought like, well, she's already got everything else. You know what I'm saying? Might as well finish it off.
Is this what she was asking Santa for in the note that you wrote?
Yes. So she wanted that. Oh, and here's the best part. She wants a washer and dryer. Yo, if she keeps that up.
Dang.
A washer and dryer, because she wants to be able to wash her clothes.
That's perfect.
She's 3.
That's fantastic.
I really hope it lives through the rest of her life when she's a teenager as well.
Absolutely. She's going to make somebody a very happy individual.
Exactly. And so we got her a washer and dryer for Christmas.
Meaning mommy got a new washer and dryer?
No, it's a kid's washer and dryer.
I thought you wanted like a new pair of Maytags or something.
No. I wish. That's going to be in my new house.
And the new place, you going to get the stackables or the side-by-side?
I want stackables. Yeah. I don't know if I want... the side-by-sides are nice too, but I think the stackables is what I'm going to go for. I guess I'm going to see what the setup is there. And then I'll decide. But yeah, so I got her a washer and dryer. And then my mom got her... for my mom, she got her like a baby doll. Like a cuter baby doll. She has like baby dolls now, but they're not like that cute. This one looks like real. And so she got her that. So to my mom goes, can I just give you my credit card number, and can you buy her what you want her to have, since you just gave me 3 bags of toys of hers to take. And my mom almost made me cry yesterday because I gave her 3 bags of toys full of things that I've emptied out from Penny, right? And she said she went to Mexico to go drop off the first batch of stuff for Christmas, because, you know, that's for people to give. And she said that this lady came that kind of usually helps my mom and her friend out when they're there to get things prepped up for this Christmas event or whatever. And she said, the lady goes, she's like, I don't know what made me think of her. She goes, wait, don't you have grandchildren? She's like, yeah. She's like, okay. She's like, well, here's this bag for you. Like, you know, take whatever toys you want for your grandkids. You know, like there's 3 of them. Choose from, you know, get first dibs. And she goes, wow. She's like, you were heaven sent. She's like, I'd been praying because, you know, they were super duper poor, Rob. I mean, they work for like pennies. And she's like, I didn't know what I was going to give my granddaughters for Christmas this year. And I had been praying to God to please, you know, allow some work to come through so that I'd have something to buy them for Christmas. And she's like, my soul, it broke my heart, because meanwhile, all the toys that I've bringing is from where Penny has so many of them. Yeah, you're having to get rid of them. And I just said, wow. You know, I was like, I'm glad that we were able, and trust me when I tell you, like, guys, these toys are pretty close to new, because she doesn't even know herself what she has. She doesn't even know they're missing. You see? Yeah. I mean, that's how many she has.
First world problem.
Yes, where she has no idea what's missing. She doesn't even know. And it's funny because she was asking Luisa's granddaughter if she was going to come over to play because they're on Christmas break. And she's talking on FaceTime, right? And
as she's talking on FaceTime.
Exactly, with her friend. Or they use WhatsApp because they don't have an iPhone, but we use WhatsApp. And
you can video call through WhatsApp?
Mm-hmm, okay. Yeah. And so just like, Michelle, are you coming over to my house? I have a bunch of toys to play with. Look. She's just like doing the camera like this. She's just bringing it back. She's like, I have a bunch of toys to play with. She's like, and I'm going to share this time, I promise. Because she never likes to share with her. She's like, I'm going to share. I'm not going to like cry about it. I'm going to share with you. And so I thought it was funny because she's sitting there like trying to convince her to come over to play and that she was going to share.
I'm going to be nice this time.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
Promise.
And so I was like, look at her. But I will say this. My mom didn't really encourage like you being a mother. Does that make sense?
To you?
Mm-hmm. My mom encouraged like, you need to make sure that you get an education. You need to make sure that you have your shit together because you don't need to depend on a man. You know, you need to make sure that you're bringing something to the relationship as well. So should anything go down, you're not like, oh my God, what do I do? You know what I'm saying? That was kind of always my mom's like, you got it? You understand? If the purpose in life is not to have children. Do you get it? So it was kind of like, I guess I was brainwashed.
Dang.
Like not.
Your mom was on that feminist bullshit.
In a different way though, like be independent, but also like have a husband, like, you know, have a husband who you can, you know, grow together with, you know what I'm saying? Not just, you know, he's going to depend on you type of thing, you know? So I guess that was really also the reason why my mom never said, oh, Penny loves babies. If you see how she smothers her sister, oh my God. Sunny pushes her away. Sunny has learned how to push away because of Penny.
Damn.
Because she smothers her so much. Like, she loves babies. And she says she wants to be a mom. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't want to discourage that. If that's I don't think there's anything wrong with you growing up wanting to be a mom. If that's honestly what you want to do, it's like the most amazing thing, but you also have to find the right partner who's going to allow you to be that amazing mom and who's not going to be like, you know,
you're going to have a ton of grandkids.
That's okay. If she's, you know what I'm saying? If she's a good mom, there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But I want her to be a good mom. And so I don't want to discourage her from like thinking having kids is wrong. Cause that's kind of how I feel my mom made me feel.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, the fact that I was 36 and still afraid to tell my mom that I was pregnant, there's gotta be a problem there.
I mean, hence the free episode we put up this week with all the crying on during a massage.
I was like, I was afraid to tell my mom that I was pregnant. I was 36 years old, not 18, not 15, 36, yo, like pretty close to 40. 4 years from 40. I mean, hello.
Damn.
Even when I told her I was pregnant again, I was like, she's gonna say another one, and sure enough, she's like, oh, that's good. What are you going to do now when you travel? I was like, hey, you sound real happy for me.
Figure out work, Mom. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. And so, you know, it was one of those things where I was like, okay. So, but yeah, I had to tell her like in the most, like, I told her the funniest way that I was pregnant. I was like, she was gossiping about something. And I just said, guess what? What? ¿Quién cree que está embarazada? She goes, ¿quién? Yo. And I was just like, that's how I told her.
Yeah.
No cute. No, like.
You're going to be a grandma again.
No, it's, guess what? I didn't know. And I was, my palms were sweaty.
Mom's
like,
spaghetti.
Yeah, exactly. I was like nervous. She was doing my hair. I said, oh my God, she's going to hit my head. Like, you know what I'm saying?
God.
She's going to like totally bump my head and be like, why would you do this type of thing, you know? Yeah. But she was happy. You know, she's like, oh my God, really? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, that's great, you know? But, I love that Penny wants to be a mom. I love that she's really loving, and I don't want to ever discourage loving from her. You know what I'm saying? Her being such a caring, and she's just really, so she got a mommy pouch, she got a crib, and she got a diaper bag, and she got a baby for Christmas.
She's loaded. Mom life. She needs some of the no hood like motherhood gear.
She does. And she wants to breastfeed her kid, and I don't know. My mom said, don't let her pretend to do that. And I was like, why? It's normal, Mom. She sees her mom pull out her boob to breastfeed her sister. How am I going to say don't do that to your baby? You know what I'm saying? I mean, she sees it at home. It's like, it's not, she's like, eso no está bien. I'm like, which part?
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? That's so taboo. Yeah. Like, she can't be doing that. She's too little to be acting like she's breastfeeding, you know? And I'm just like, No, it's like part of being a mother. You chose not to breastfeed. That is you. You know what I'm saying? We turned out just fine. I get it. But if this is what she sees her mom do, then I want her to feel like it's okay for her to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't tell her it's not normal. Like, no, no hagas eso, Penelope. You know what I'm saying?
Old
Like,
school Mexicans
yeah, I'm
are
like, no, she can
hilarious,
do
man.
that. I was like, let her do that. And I tell her, I'm like, breastfeed your baby girl. I'm like, I'll tell her, I'm like,
Breastfeed your baby
I
girl.
do. I tell her that. Breastfeed your baby girl.
So the kids, you know, they did. We emailed Santa. Santa has an email address. I don't know if you knew this, that we can email. And they're like, oh, we just sent a letter to Santa in the mail at our dad's, right? And then we were like, yeah, but email's gonna get there a lot faster. So we one-upped it again, you know, so he'll get it right away. So Don, you know, had this elaborate idea to look up the email, find a template or whatever, and then we read it to the kids, and then we got to reply back to Santa, right? So then we were asking them what they wanted, and Brooklyn's like, oh, I want a journal and some pens and this, that, and the other. And then that doll, I can't remember what it's called, but the doll that has your eyelashes.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. I was like, this is on some straight her lounge transgender talk kind of doll. That's what it reminded me of. No offense to your eyelashes. I think they look great with the mega volume and everything.
None taken.
And then Weston's like, I want a new Lego set, and I want a new Venom and some toothpaste. I was like, what?
Toothpaste?
Yeah. He goes, yeah, I want some new toothpaste. I go, do you not like the toothpaste you have? He's like, no, I like it. I just want more of it. I was like, okay. That was all they wanted. It was hilarious. Super easy. And so when we got the letter back the next day, the email, right? Don reads the reply from Santa, and it's like, you know, it's a cute letter. And at the end of it, it's like, okay, Santa's got to go now. He's got to go help the elves in the workshop, and Miss Claus needs help in the kitchen. And I can hear that Rudolph's hungry, right? And then Brooklyn's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Did he just say Rudolph? And we're like, yeah. She goes, that's really cool. And she like ignored everything else. She's like, Rudolph's awesome. It's just
hilarious.
so adorable.
It is because my favorite thing every morning is watching her look for her elves and what they did the night, you know, overnight.
Have you been recording her? Look for elves?
I haven't been recording it. I just kind of been, you know,
In the
taking it
moment.
in, in the moment, and just kind of, you know, I've just been I just been watching her in her face. Mami, ven, mira lo que hizo Jovi and Magic and Lolita, ven. And I was just like, oh, okay. Obviously, I already know what they did, you know, so I'm just like, okay. Like, wow. And I'm like, man. Or like the other day, they were hanging from the chandelier. So I had them hang from the chandelier. And like I did like a little parachute. Like they were dropping a little, you know, she loves fake nails. So they had little girl fake nails from the thing with the string, like bringing it down. And I'm like, oh my God, look at them. And they're all like flying kind of thing on the chandelier. And she's like, how are we going to get that? I was like, well, I'm going to get scissors and cut the string. And she's like, is that going to cut their magic? And I was like, no, it's not, because that's why they did it. They added the string so that we wouldn't touch them, so that we can cut it off. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, oh, okay. Well, today she was, I said, well, what if the elves write this today? And so when she was grabbing it, like with the tip of her little fingers, she accidentally knocked one over because one of them was hanging on the Christmas tree, right? And she goes, "Se cayó Magic." And I said, okay. I said, tiene que quedar ahí, pobrecita. She's face down.
Yeah.
She goes, basically like, do you think she can breathe? I'm like, oh, I think she's fine. Looking, and she's telling Luisa. Luisa tries to kill it, by the way, saying that, don't worry about it, they're fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to do anything. She was trying to touch him, and Luisa's like, Penny's like, don't touch him! Like screaming at her, don't touch him! They're going to lose their magic, and it's going to be your fault. You know what I'm saying? She's like, for real, like, do not fuck with my elves.
You go from my favorite person to the person I hate the most, Luisa.
Yes, for sure. And Luisa just doesn't believe in him, and she thinks it's silly. And I said, you know what I'm going to get your grandkids for Christmas? She goes, what? I said, I'm buying them all an elf on the shelf so they can start doing elf on the shelf at your house.
So fucked up.
And she just looks at me and she goes, no, hombre. And I'm like, no, I am.
No,
I
hombre.
said, because this is really cool to see. I said, And I guarantee you, the look on their face every morning as they're looking for their elves to see, it's a lot of work. Don't get me wrong. Now, maybe if I just did simple things where I was just moving them around, it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I get creative with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, have I shown you any of the pictures?
No.
Oh my God, they're so good. So I buy accessories for them. Don't get like I buy miniature items. I have a miniature laptop, a miniature iPad, and a miniature iPhone.
When Shingo says you go all out for these kind of things, he's not lying.
I do. I didn't have that as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have that. I didn't have Halloween. I didn't have the photo shoots too. That's why I had to add that. I was like, my mom's gonna read this and she's gonna be like, oh, you're acting like it's a big deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was just waiting for the text of like, come on, Marisol, did you really need pictures? You know what I'm saying? I was waiting for her to be like, it's not that big of a deal type of thing. Like, quit making it seem like it's. But for me, it's really a big deal. Pictures are really a big deal.
It's your fault I'm crying during my massage, Mom.
It's your fault. Yeah, so I just make sure that, you know, that they're like, you know, cool. Here. Can you see it there?
Yes.
So look at this. When y'all look at this, y'all can on the YouTube version of it. So it's Lolita's got the iPad. She's chilling in, I guess what would be like a little bathtub, and Magic is on her laptop with a Starbucks cup that I ordered. They're little miniature Starbucks cups and little treats, and it says treat on there. And then Magic has a little table, and she's got a little drink there, a little drink, and also another little pastry with her iPhone.
Oh my God!
Yes,
Does that pastry got some or that is a coffee have a little Bailey's in there?
Yeah, exactly, because they work hard, these little elves. And then we were making a house for the elves, but it just got really like too much work, and so we kind of quit. So we gave up on making the house. But we're gonna make it next year. It needs to start early, so I started too late, and I also brought out my Christmas stuff late, and so I was a little late on that. The first one was a welcoming her, so they set up in the living room.
Dude, come on.
No, like I go all out for my elves for her, and then they took a selfie with her, and they stamped up her face. She loves to watch the YouTube videos where the dad's asleep and the kid goes over there and draws on the dad's face and he wakes up, or sometimes they'll put like whipped cream and he wakes up, and it's like, because they're doing it for YouTube purpose. So I told Pete's like, don't do that to her. I was like, no, I have to, because she thinks it's great, So I had them stamp up her face, and they're all laying with her. So this is the first one.
Is she sleeping?
She's sleeping.
She didn't feel any of that?
Oh no, this girl sleeps hard.
Bruh.
Hard.
Like stamps, like stamps you would put on your hand as a kid?
No, like like a stamp.
Yeah, stamp.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, her face is full of the stamps.
That is so funny. She also looks just like you right there.
And look at her little elves.
That's a creepy picture. If you show that to Lisa.
Yes, and she said, why did I do that to her? Oh my gosh, she was totally creeped out. And then this was one that we did where they brought little gifts to her and kind of told her like what they expect from her, how she should behave. And, they go back and report to Santa all that she does. And the first picture that I showed you where they're sitting together, like in the living room type look, that was Jovi introducing her to her sisters. Yeah.
You could just write a book or a movie at this point. This is a very elaborate little scheme you got going on.
I know. I have a whole bin full of stuff that I use to make the elves do stuff. I used to go all out for Mickey. Mickey, because she was at that time, she was really into the breakdancing, and she was doing the DJ. I made a DJ booth for hers. I have pictures I'll show you.
I think y'all's next house, whenever that is, and the next Christmas in another house, should just have like its own room where it's like a Christmas room. You got the elf wall, you got the fucking nativity scene in one wall.
See, here's the thing.
Wonderland.
One thing my mom did do, and I think that's because she said they were really poor. She only had one doll, and it was so hot in Reynosa when her mom brought them from Mexico City to Reynosa. She said the only doll she had, it was so hot out there, it melted. So half her face was melted.
Oh my God.
I know, right? Is that not like the saddest story ever?
No wonder she's got her own trauma.
And so she said that that was her only doll, and her doll. So she was like, when I had kids, I was gonna make sure that they had like
She had Two-Face from Batman.
any. Oh my God. She said she was going to have any toy. Like we had 2 of everything, Rob.
That's terrifying though.
I had 2 of everything. I had one to play with and one was to collect.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Like Barbies were 2 of everything. Smurfs.
That's pretty awesome. Oh, do you still have those?
No, then she traumatized me by giving away my toys to my cousin, whose mom couldn't do as much for them because there were so many of them versus us. It was only 2 of us.
Yeah. Dude, toys during your generation?
My sister still has. I wish I would have kept my Teddy Ruxpin, but I didn't.
Valuable.
I ended up giving it away, like seriously, like as an adult. I only kept the book, which is so dumb. I don't know what I'm going to do with the book. But my sister did keep her talking Mickey Mouse, which is what came out to compete for Teddy Ruxpin, right? So she ended up keeping that. The only thing that I have that I kept is my strawberry shortcake, and she still smells like strawberry shortcake.
That's also valuable.
Yeah. So that was the only toy that I kept. I mean, I had Cabbage Patch dolls that I had kept for so long. And I remember we pulled up to Florida one year, and I had no idea. My mom had gone through my toys. See, same issue Penny has. That any of these toys were missing. And I get there, and she just like opens a suitcase, and they're like, this one's for you. This one's for you. And I'm just like looking, and I look at my dad because, my dad was my dog. So I was like, those are mine. Like, why would she give away my dolls without asking me, My mom would be like, you don't even play with them. And I was like, but you didn't even ask me. Like, they were mine. And my dad just kind of looked like, I think he saw like, yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
How old were you?
At this point, maybe 10, 11.
Oh, yeah,
that's
still young.
I'm like 10 or 11 at that time. And I was just like, okay. And my dad was like, I just remember him like telling my mom, like, you should have like told them, like, you can't just show up and you're giving away their toys, like that's kind of fucked up, like they have so many, it doesn't matter, it's like, yeah, they're still mine though, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not even gonna play with it, it's like, but
to this day she's never let it go.
I never have. I legit I still have it because I'm talking about I had Barbies, like you name the Barbie, and I pretty much have it.
Dude, toys nowadays suck so bad compared to when you were a kid or even when I was a kid. Like there's nothing worth collecting. There's nothing worth like really like having reverence for as far as like the coolness factor or the original factor or whatever, like vintage type stuff isn't going to exist. When our kids are our age, they're going to be like, oh yeah, we had Elmo that was giving fucking jabs to kids and fucking Barbie, masked Barbie.
I hate the toys that they have right now.
It's terrible.
There's nothing that I can honestly say like, oh my God, that is a toy worth having. Like you should really get that. I'm going to tell you the only thing that I kind of find kind of cool, and it's really because I like miniature stuff, is the LOL dolls. I think those are kind of cute. But I never knew that if you put them in certain kind of water, they have underwear and bras underneath. One of them has, some of them have tattoos, but you don't know. It's like almost a surprise type thing. I don't know. I just buy them for Penny because I think they're cool and they have like crazy hair and she loves them. She plays with them a lot, actually. I bought like a box to put all her little LOL dolls, and I buy the miniature one. I've only bought her one big one. And she really likes them.
It's the shoes. Don't worry,
guys. It's not me farting. It's me. And she really likes those. But other than that, you're absolutely correct. Like, there's just really nothing out there anymore. Luckily, Legos are still making it. But even then, they're made cheapy now, though, I feel.
They might be made cheapy, but they're just as expensive as they've ever been.
Oh, they are?
Oh,
really?
Yeah,
okay.
Dude. Like every set Weston wants, because he loves Legos and he's really good at building them. I mean, if you want a cool set, it's a minimum of $50-$60 for a set. And it's like, yeah, it's granted, it's like maybe 2 to 4 hours for like a medium set of like fun, and he loves it. But it's like, damn, son, like I want this Lego Star Wars set, and I want the Minecraft set. Next thing you know, it's like $200 worth of Legos. And so now what I said is, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get some cases, like the kind of stuff that you would put memorabilia in.
Oh yeah.
And we're not gonna destroy it anymore. Once we make it, we're gonna appreciate the sets that you make, and we're gonna have them up in your room on shelves and stuff, so we can just kind of like have a cool decoration. He's like, oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Is that pointless though?
No, super cool.
But isn't it free to build?
Yeah. But their sets, like he has
almost like a puzzle. So once you make it, it's
yes,
like,
exactly.
Got it. Okay.
Because he has literally 60. We bought him 60 pounds of random Legos, and he has a Lego table that the whole top of the table is a big Lego that you build on top of, and underneath it, all the Legos are inside the table. And then his sets, like his big old like Star Wars thing and his Godzilla and his Batman, that are actual like just that figure. Leave that figure alone. Let's not destroy it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
And we take pictures of him when he makes these big sets, and then it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to agree with you. I don't think there's anything out there right now that I can say, oh my God, Penny has got, I don't even buy her Barbies.
Are Barbies still advertised?
Yeah, they are. I love Barbie. Like I have a magazine of Barbie.
You live in Barbie's Playhouse in your head, apparently.
Like I love Barbie. I think she was so cool. The coolest thing to me about her is that Barbie can be anybody she wanted to be. Anybody. She could be a mom one day. She can be a businesswoman one day. She can be a fashion person one day. You could dress her up and she could be whoever she wanted to be. And I thought that was pretty fucking badass. I hate it when they started making it about her body, about little girls wanting to start looking like a Barbie.
When do you think that happened?
I remember kind of already being a little bit older, and I can't remember the age, but it happens like on and off. Like it'll be like this craze about girls wanting to, starve themselves to have this Barbie shape. And I was like,
I feel like that's all social media and not Barbie doll.
I was like, okay, I was a fat kid growing up. I never wanted Barbie's body. I just thought she was cool. Does that make sense? Because she had a cool pink car. Who does not want a pink Corvette?
I want a pink Corvette now.
Come on, she had a pink Corvette. She had she was cool. She had a huge Barbie house.
She did have a pink Corvette.
Yes. So it's like, come on now, how can you not want? I thought Barbie was cool for what she was and what the creator of Barbie, like I know that she's been brought up, the creator of Barbie, I forget what the lady's name is. I know that she's been brought up for like fucking up some shit, like money wise, like or whatever, but I'm not really sure if it's embezzling. That's why I don't want to say embezzling, but it was something to do with some money issues. But her idea behind it was that Barbies originally were for men.
No.
Barbies were originally for men, guys. It was nasty
it was company,
men.
right? It was to keep them company in the lonely times.
Yeah. It was like their little jack-off doll. How gross is that? That's some fucking pedophile shit, bro.
Hey, Barbie doesn't have an age. Just because she's tiny doesn't mean she's young.
Okay.
Straight up, that's where Grandma's Boy got that joke, I guess.
Well, so then, you know what I'm saying? It was made for that. And then for some reason, this lady came about and was like, made Barbie. And she wanted for Barbie to stop. Most dolls were made like homemakers. Like that's all like not Barbie's dolls for little girls were just like homemaker dolls, like cook and, clean. And, those were the kind of dolls that were sold to little girls. Right. It's just like, wait, I want to be, she was kind of like looked at like, you're a female. You can't be creating something. You can't be an owner of a business either. Like you can't be a part of this owned business, and they didn't want to allow her. It was her and her husband. And you know what I'm saying? She was like head person. And it was like, no, you're not. And a whole bunch of stuff like that. And, but she wanted to create a doll for little girls so that they could see that they could be anything they wanted to be. And I think she accomplished that until I think some moms out there who, started to like make Barbie be more than what it was. You know what I'm saying? I just like, like when Barbie became pregnant, that was a big controversy too. It's like, wait, she's pregnant? She can't be pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying? She ain't no little girl. She's just a little.
So she moved her stomach, and you can now take like a little miniature. It was like a little play Barbie, like this little, like a little baby. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But what's wrong with that? They didn't make the baby come out of her vagina.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't like have like a whole set where Ken's kind of like laying
where
the pipe.
do you tell exactly? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, oh my God, like I don't know. I'm just weird about certain pets.
Yeah,
Oh my God, what am I?
Yeah, animals are weird.
Certain toys. Like I think sometimes parents go overboard with some of this stuff, and it's kind of they were trying to cancel LOL dolls too for that reason that I just told you about.
What?
When you put them in the water, they have like underwear or some shit, and the little boy LOL dolls have a penis and balls.
Interesting.
I didn't know that until someone told me, because I had made a joke about this one LOL doll that Penny has. And I was like, damn, this bitch's butt is like BBL on point.
I mean, remember that.
I was like, okay, I want to be this doll. And then parents are like, oh my God, have you ever undressed your LOL dolls? And I was like, no, I haven't, because I've never bought her like hers are more plastic. She buys them, and it's like a plastic. You remove the plastic, you can put them on another one. They're dresses, but and then when someone said, have you ever gotten a boy before? Because there's surprises in each little ball that you get. So it's a surprise. You don't know what.
Oh, you don't pick the doll. It's
you
just
don't
random?
pick it. Yeah, it's random. You don't know which one it is. And it's like that's the whole point. You collect them, and only the big dolls you can kind of buy and know which one you're getting. And so we got a boy for the first time, and so I was like, oh well, he was just a boy, and Penny just didn't think nothing of it. It was just the boy, and someone said, "Did you see how it has a little penis and balls?" I was like, what? So we had never taken off. I mean, Penny's had that little boy for a long time. I took the pants off. Sure enough, he's got a penis and balls. I was like, hey, let's just hope Penny never says, what is this? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I never thought about what if she takes this off, because she never really undresses. Like, even the 2 Barbies she has, she never undresses them. Maybe because she doesn't have clothes to change them into. I don't know why she's not curious. Like,
interesting.
She just doesn't. Now, her babies, she constantly changes them, but not the Barbie dolls.
Huh.
I don't know. But I thought that was crazy. I was like, oh shit, it does have a penis and balls.
What was with the underwear thing? What was that? Why do you think that was a big deal? You said the dolls had underwear?
Yeah, I don't know what the big deal is about that. But you got to dip them in water. Mine, I still didn't see it. People say you got...
Oh, when you dip it in water, you see underwear?
Underwear and a bra. Yeah, or something like that. It looks like they're wearing like... I don't know. I have not seen it. Like I said, it's just from a DM that I was told. They're like, no, change the water to cold. So I dip it in cold. I'm like, nothing's happening. No. It's got to be really hot. So I try really hot. I'm like, okay.
They're just fucking with you.
Let us sit in nice. I'm like, okay. So then we sit in nice. I still haven't seen like this, but they say that happens to the LOL dolls. I have no idea though. I've never seen it myself. So if you have patrons, comment below if your kids, have the LOL dolls and you've seen the underwear, because I still haven't. So, yeah, Penny's into different things, and I think it's because we're in different times. She's really into, I found an old laptop that my dad gave me. It's a Sony laptop, and
damn, a Sony laptop.
Sony Sanyo, however you say it.
Like, Sanyo.
Yeah, there you go, something like that. And so it was, my dad gifted that to me when I was in college, like when I came back or something, because I was like, he had asked if I was something about something, and I said, well, I got to go to the library because I ain't got no computer. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, so I'll be, I won't be able to go to your house today or something like that. So he gifted me that for my birthday. And it's got sentimental, value to me. So I refuse to get rid of it, even though it's like an old computer. Well, we found it in the storage unit as I was cleaning some stuff out. And I was like, oh my God, Penny can play with this now. She thinks that. So it was funny because now she grabs her laptop and she'll say, hey, Mom, do you want to work? Do you want to work? I thought that was so hilarious because she knows that when I grab my laptop, it's time to work. So she's like, hey, do you want to go to work? And I'm like, why? She's like, because I have my laptop ready. I was like,
what if she walked up to you with her copy, her Starbucks cup in her fucking laptop? She's like, Mom, you ready to go to work?
Hilarious if she did that. I swear to God, it'd be so hilarious. But I thought that was funny. So yeah, she loves her little laptop. It works super slow though. So it's like,
oh, it actually works?
Yeah, it still works. It just runs really slow because it's an old computer.
I'm surprised it even turns on.
Yeah, it still turns on. I mean, I was really like, the only reason I stopped using, I ended up upgrading was because it was starting to work really slow. But because, computers, I mean, you might as well buy a computer every year because it's like every year there's something like...
Bro, you ain't lying. I literally, as we're sitting here, I just got my text from Dell. I got my upgrade, which is going to be basically the podcast upgrade laptop to run some new software and stuff coming in the new year. Just shipped. So hopefully I'll have it before Christmas, but I'm super excited. even though this one's like, it's a great workhorse and all that, but it's an 8th generation chip, and the one I got is an 11th generation, almost like iPhones. It's like you can tell these motherfuckers start working well when the new ones come out. Yeah. So anyway, I just got super excited about that. So just thought I'd drop that. So maybe we could actually segue a little bit into, for the patrons here as we start wrapping up the Patreon episode, is we were talking about ideas off the air about what to bring into 2022. Maybe you can kind of throw some of them out there, and in the HERR World group, people can kind of chime in on what they think. And as people that are helping the show grow and the community grow, maybe they can pitch in with their own ideas. So what are you thinking?
As far as growth for the podcast, or growth for
not just growth, but like we're talking about segments. We're talking about like direction to like include different things into the show, aside from guests and aside from conversational.
So a couple of things that we talked about, guys, and I think that you as a patron should be probably the first to kind of tell me what direction we should take this. I think you guys are a part of this. You pay the premium to be able to be have an exclusive content. So I'd like for you guys to really get involved, because you guys could really help me as to how my podcast can improve, because like I said the other day, I was listening. I said, wow, who the hell wants to just listen to me talk about what's happening? Y'all are like my live journal. Like, y'all are my therapist, like I said, like, because this is who y'all talk to. So I can't imagine y'all want to hear that every day. So I told Rob I thought we should come in with topics. So I thought that maybe at least one of the episodes needs to be about a topic. Whether I still, for the top of the year, would like for Sean to come in to talk about fitness, right? I like for Don to come in and talk about nutrition, because I think a lot of people try to get on their health thing. And I really want to help people this year keep focused. I don't want you to focus on, I want to lose weight. I want you to focus on just getting healthy, just changing your mindset to training yourself on how to make better choices. That's just it. Everything, not just in food, but with everything. I want to have a financial advisor on, which I think could be beneficial to all of us. And I want to just have a few of those things that are more like informative for the listeners. I also wanted, I thought about having a, what did I call it?
What was it?
Guys, this is really mean, but because y'all are my exclusive, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Y'all know how Charlemagne and them on the Breakfast Club have Donkey of the Day? I kind of wanted to have Dumb Bitch of the Day. And it's really mean that I'm calling them bitch, but there's just some bitches out there. So I wanted to call it Dumb Bitch of the Day. And that's not very Christian-like, I know, but...
Well, maybe we'll change it to Dumb B of the Day.
Yeah, maybe something...
Dumb B word.
Yeah, dumb... I don't know. Some other word. Yeah.
Tell us in the group. Tell us in the Facebook.
Yeah, tell us in the group what other name it could be, because I know that's just a really dang.
It's not very Christian-like, soul.
Exactly. I thought about that. Rob brought back the idea of doing a call-in, which we've kind of talked about before. We have a number already.
Yeah. So I don't know if I mentioned this too. Either a call-in where they call in and we can set it up to where, like on a radio show, we would everyone would call in at once, and if we get to you, we get to you. If we don't, then we don't. Or we could have, because the exclusive, there's an exclusive group and there's a Patreon. So people that are paying for the premium, they can put their numbers into the group, and then, we can call you whenever, we want. But, it's up to you and how how the whole kind of theme goes.
Yeah. So that's an idea as well, guys. So those are let's vote on these. So we said, so far we have Dumb Bee of the Day, right? We have calling in. We for sure gonna have guests. So let's. You're not gonna vote on that because that's
of course
it's gonna happen. Yeah. And then I don't know. You know what? I'd like to do a little did you know portion.
Did you know?
Did you know?
I like did you know?
Blah blah blah. I love those did you knows too. I love when I read something. Did you know that? That
sounds like Weston. Robert, did you know? Did you know?
Well, nose hairs, right? And this is so random, but nose hairs, a lot of people go in it's the thing now, right? To go get your nose hairs waxed, right?
Really?
Yeah. There's a whole thing where you get your nose hairs waxed, and it's I think you should trim them if your nose hairs are coming out of your nose, right? But they serve a purpose, and it's to keep little dust and all that from getting in, and probably if you really got them all the hair removed, then you're probably suffering from hella allergies.
Yeah.
Because the few hairs you do have now is what's trying to protect you from the allergies. But then they also said that's where whatever pollen or whatever thing you're sniffing is sitting, so it doesn't allow you to. So it's like
Double-edged sword.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, I didn't know that. So
I like that.
those little did you know?
Did you
I
knows?
love reading stuff like that. Did you know?
I like
know?
would you rathers too.
Would you rather is good too.
Yeah. Would you rather? And then you mentioned like topical pop culture stuff, right?
Yeah, because I really, guys, for me, because I feel like I've talked about this before. I feel like there's just so much going on in the world, and I just feel like nothing's ever getting better. Let's just be real. Yo, I'm still not done with that freaking episode with Rogan and the doctor. What's his
Dr.
name?
Peter McCullough. Dr. McCullough's a badass.
Guys, if you just can, listen to that episode, please. I beg of y'all to please go to Joe Rogan's podcast on Spotify.
Number 1747 with Dr. Peter McCullough.
Just listen to it. I was on my way to spin, and when I was heading back, Rob, I guess that's where the juicier part came in. And I got home, and I told Lucy, I was like, what's wrong? I'm like, well, you're right. I'm like, yeah. She's like, hey, your spin class was that hard? I was like, yo, I am listening to this podcast right now, and it just made me uncomfortable. I was like, and I just mean like in just the sickest way. Like, I just can't believe we just have such fucking sick people out there. I just can't. Like, how do you go to sleep every night? I get it. Like, I get it if that's how you pay your bills. But at some point, nothing in your little brain makes you feel like, fuck, this is really fucked up what I'm doing. But I'm getting that paper at the same time. I mean, what? The injecting of the HIV at the very beginning when they first started, you remember that part of the podcast? When he said the first vaccine that they were injecting, I think it was Australia, was giving them HIV, or they were testing HIV positive.
So people were thinking that it was, it was just it was like a DNA thing that was just showing as if they had it, but they didn't really have it.
How scary is that?
Yeah, I mean the whole podcast was scary.
No, the whole podcast is hella scary. Hella scary.
Because it's not conspiratorial. Like, it's all actual stuff that's not getting talked about in major news organizations that people like our parents might need to hear about, or any other citizen or neighbor.
Yo, I don't want to wish this on Joe Rogan at all. But I'm waiting for somebody to try to come, like, shut him down. Because he's spitting way too much truth. And these motherfuckers is mad. I know they gotta be mad that he's questioning.
He's one guy too.
Man, guys, y'all. I know y'all are like, if you're not someone who agrees with me politically, right? If you listen for other reasons, I appreciate it. But I just ask that you go listen to Joe Rogan for just once, and all the people that he's had on to try to help us understand so that we're not misinformed out there. Man, I can appreciate that. Like, if he had a premium thing to donate to, I know he doesn't need it. I'd be one to just do it in my way of saying thank you.
For sure.
Just for all the info that he puts out there, because none of that info is being put out there. But anyway, I don't want to get into that one because that's a deep one, man. That's a deep one. That's
gonna be a pink pill segment. We might have that as a segment on
pink pill segment. Yeah, those might get long, so those might have to be an episode of its own. I don't know if they can be included in there because
makes you think about a lot of different stuff.
It does, especially for like now how they're trying to offer the vaccine for 6 months and up, and then just talking about the enlargement of the heart and just all those for the kids, and it's just not fair. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Like, I'm not against vaccines, guys, at all. My kids are vaccinated. Okay. That's what I want for everybody to understand. I'm vaccinated, but I'm not getting that. I'm not going to be your experiment.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I need for you to legit do the research. And secondly, you fucking made this. You made this.
Allegedly.
You made this. And you purposely created this. The fact that you purposely created this and you knew it, I can't get with that, man. I cannot get with that.
Oh man, what was I gonna say? Dr. Peter McCullough, and then there was a Dr. Tia. I forgot Tia's first name. It was also a really good one. It was probably like 2 or 3 episodes before that. Very, very good episode as well. Damn, it was another one that I was going to mention. But either way, you're right. He's got one of the best podcasts from time to time with the most informative people that aren't anywhere else. Like, you're not hearing it anywhere else. I mean, actually, Peter McCullough and some of these people have been on segments of like Tucker Carlson's show, but it's like you get 3 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 60-second drop here. You get 3 hours.
Yeah.
A little over 3 hours, I think, with Rogan.
Yeah, it was like 2:40. Yeah, so almost 3. Yeah, I mean, it was insane, guys, to where it just makes you think, and it just, if you haven't been thinking about it lately, yeah, it puts me like that.
That drains your energy just thinking about that.
Big time, just because I'm telling you, I was driving home, Rob, from Spin, and I had goosebumps.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had goosebumps listening, and I was just like, there's just no way. There's just no way.
We were in the car, and because I sent it to you and Marissa and Dawn, and she was like, all right, I gotta listen to it. But when she gets carried away with work, it's hard for her to like focus on the podcast. Mm-hmm. So we were in the car, we're driving, and she was just like literally out loud, like, oh my God, no way. Because Dawn has a bachelor's in biology, so she understands a lot of the medical terminology, and she also worked in the medical field for a long time. So she's like, this is like sexy talk to me, right? Because she understands all the shit going on. And it's just like, even if you don't understand the terminology, just understand the concepts that he's talking about that have happened over the last 18 months. And then you just look around at our leaders, I use air quotes, and how they're implementing a lot of this crazy, rules, and not really laws or whatever the fuck they are. It's great. And then the clip that I posted on the podcast page about, people that have lost relationships and friends over the last 18 months too because of it is so sad.
I don't get that. Like I said, I don't understand how we ever got there. I told you I was guilty of that. I was guilty of it, and I was really upset at myself for allowing the media to make me think that just because you wore an Make America Great Again hat, that you were a racist. And I allowed that to happen. And I remember just thinking like, what a fucking dumbass wearing that. You know what I'm saying? And it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. None of it makes sense. But that's for another episode. Let's get back to Christmas, because I can just go on and on about that. And I don't know that I'm ready to be the pink pill of podcasting yet.
Sure.
But
well, so it's Christmas Eve tonight, or today when you guys are listening to this. Tomorrow would be Christmas Day. And then next week we're going to have our New Year's Eve episode is going to be on Friday as well. So we'll plan something maybe to make that super interactive for the group, either with questions or something.
Oh, because a lot of people will probably be home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, guys, let's do it.
So
if you're down to call in and let's just chit chat, you can be the third person on the podcast for the day. I don't know. We'll just pick one.
Yeah. So we'll do that. We'll toss that around, and maybe if we do one or a few, kind of give them like 10, 15 minutes on the podcast and kind of test that, people calling in kind of aspect.
For sure. I want this, guys, when I created the Facebook group and I said I wanted for this to be a place where we empower, encourage, and connect women, I really want that to be it. So you as my patrons are what keeps this podcast going. So your input to me is very important. And if I've never made that aware or said it on the podcast before, I'd like for you to know that it's because of you being a supporter of the podcast that we're able to continue to do this. And so your opinion, your constructive criticism is very important to us, so that's the only way we're going to get better. And that's the only way I will be able to continue to be that person for women. You know what I'm saying? That encourager. By the time you guys get this podcast, I've already posted this, but on Tuesday, I'm finally posting, after having that meeting, like I said, with Ilse. I have to start finding better ways to post who's, participating in our Herpreneur box, And so this Tuesday, I posted a reel, and, I just kind of talked about what it was, and hopefully that'll bring more women on board on wanting to be a part of the Herpreneur boxes and really participate. We have a new one this month of December, which was Brianda's supplement brand. And so I'm excited for you guys to try her pre-workout. I wish that I could try it, and I saved. She gave me a few extras, so I can't wait till I'm done breastfeeding so that I can actually try it. So I'll give you one if you want to try it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm excited for you guys to have that. Marissa sent in. You should have hopefully had your box by now when you're listening to this podcast. So hopefully you've already received your.
That'll be Friday.
Yeah. So you should have gotten your box by now. She made a lavender soap, which just have so many benefits in there for you, and it's a body and face wash, so you can use it for both. And then our new winter scent, which is from the Twin Candle company. So I really think you guys are going to like that scent. And don't forget, if you're going to order, make sure you use HERR. That's it, right?
Yeah, HERR.
Just
promo code HERR.
And that way you can get your discount on your order. So I'm excited about that. And then, guys, lastly, don't forget also that Ilse is also offering you guys a discount should you be interested in taking your business to another level and getting, a free, a consultation on what you can do to improve your business or where you can get started. She's doing that. And then her workshop that's on February the 4th. Make sure you use HERR 20 so that you can get that discount. I think it can be really beneficial, guys. I really like what I just did the other day with her and how we sat down and kind of discussed where we're going to, with our brand, with my brand. And I'm really excited about it. So
send me those links too so I can include them in the show notes. So wherever they, for either her workshop, if she has it up.
For sure.
And
yeah.
Whatever else.
I will. I just want for you guys to just really I want you guys just for 2022 to really focus, and maybe because I'm feeling super focused.
That's good.
Keep
everybody accountable.
Yeah, I just think that and it can be in anything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whatever is the smallest thing. Like the one about keeping your house organized. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a big one because I feel her on that. I can keep work organized, but when it comes to my home, it's just oh my God, I feel like it's never ending, but with work, I feel like I can keep it going. So, I felt her on that. And then, you see these moms, with their reels and their clean house and 100 kids. And you're just how does she do that? And I saw this post the other day with this mom. She's it's bullshit. There has some that's got to be somebody else's house. It was she was dogging those moms that post those reels.
Damn.
They're they're lying. She goes, but if you are doing that, keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? It was funny. It was a good reel. Yeah. But yeah. So I just feel a lot has happened in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
I guess
19 months.
And I think that it's time for us just to kind of maybe be I don't know how much as an individual I can do to change the world, but I want to do my little part to do so, and hopefully as I try to get more involved Marissa was part of a pretty cool organization this past weekend, where she helped a women's shelter where they help women. And so she was able to give back to them. And I told Marissa, I'd like for that to be something that I do on a monthly basis, whether that's because she says they can use anything, clothes, just different things that they need to try to get on their feet again. And if I can just get to where on a monthly basis, we as the patrons or we as HERR Community can get together and create this cool event where we can get donations and then we take it to the women's center, whatever it is. I really want that to be.
I like that.
I really want to make something community where I'm giving back, and I'd like to be able to do it once a month. And so I'm trying to, can't get anybody at the women's shelter to respond to my email. I'm gonna have to like call. I don't know, like, you know,
show up
and
there,
I get it. I get
open.
it. Well, they're real strict because, you know, I get it. A lot of the moms who are there for, you know, abused mothers, they have to be super private, and I get it. So, and it's also the holidays. They're not worried about me right now. You know what I'm saying? They're like, ma'am, you should have thought about this.
Trying to feed women, trying to keep them warm.
Yeah. At the beginning of the year, you're a little late for this. So I don't want to be late for that in 2022. Yeah. I want us to be able to give back. And then if you know of any organization that you think it's cool that we should give back to, that'd be great too. Because if we can do that, like I just said, I just want to do more giving back. Like, and I said this last time, I'm like, I don't want to complain if I'm not doing anything to make some kind of change in the world. So if
Sure.
I'm trying to work on it so that, I can give back and I can say that I am contributing to trying to make change to what is important to me. You know what I'm saying? So, find, I guess, whatever you want to do, for 2022 and like stay focused on it and really like push it. I wanted to address something that, the Cardenas crew made a comment. I don't think I replied to her yet, but she said, what do you do about her business when she tells family, right? Your orders have to be turned in by this time or I can't do them because she has a full-time job. So this is her side hustle. And family's kind of like, well, can you do it? It's 3 p.m. Well, you're past the order time. Like, come on, you can do it, type of thing.
Yeah.
And she was like, how do you handle that? Like, what's the best way to handle that? It's hard working with family, right? And so I think that the only way anybody's going to take you serious, right, is by saying, these are my rules. I'm not joking. Like, I need you to follow this because let's just hypothetically say it's due because should she be out of a certain item on the charcuterie tray, right? Then she'd probably have to go to the store to get it, right? And so that doesn't give her enough time to go get it. If you want to place your order an hour before and she's already at the grocery store, it's like too late. You can't send me a text and say, hey, can you add me? No, you didn't. I told you my deadline.
Yeah.
Order it or not. I met this girl at Edith's party, which I think I said this to you guys, and I thought it was really pretty cool. She said that she knew that when she did her flowers, that she was not going to charge this like little like okay price because she wanted to be a legit business, like high-end business. And in order to do that, she was going to have to do work that was high-end and, charge high-end prices, right? And she said, and I'm sorry if that sounds rude or that sounds like ghetto, right? Like, not ghetto. That sounds like I think I'm too good, right? She goes, but I knew what I want for my brand. And I knew that these were my prerequisites before I kicked it off. And I think this is an example of it. Like, this is my cutoff time. I don't do this full time just yet, right? Because I know you're going to get there, Christy. Don't worry about it. I don't do this full time yet. I only have these hours allowed to be able to do what I need to do. So if you don't have your order in, I'm sorry. I can put you on the next one. And if their feelings get hurt, then they'll take you more serious.
Yeah.
Because then you're not playing about, bitch, I said 3 p.m. was the cutoff, No, I can't make an exception for you because I can't.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you got to say is I can't. Bye.
Yeah, you got to be super transparent about it.
Totally. Because I think that sometimes as friends, even as like, family, they think just because, well, we're family. What do you mean? Like, I'm going to give you an example. My aunt who does tamales, she has a cutoff.
Yeah.
Right? I'm totally going to text her tomorrow or later. Well, by the time they got this, I'm sorry. Today's Monday, guys, when I'm recording this. You get this on Christmas Eve. I'm going to text her today to see if I can get tamales. The cutoff's already passed, right? I'm that person, Christy. Don't be mad at me.
You're just hoping that she can kind of have some for you.
And she'll say to me, because she's done it in the past when I've ordered last minute, she'll say, I don't have what you're wanting, but I have this one. Do you want that one? If I say yes, cool. If I say no, I'm okay. Okay, cool. Well, then I'll have some for New Year's. This is the day you can place your order.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just it. Like, she didn't say like, I'll make I'll make an extra batch for you. Don't worry. No, it's, I have these. You want to buy these? Cause this is what I have left. Should you want to buy them? If you don't, then the order for New Year's is this day. So make sure you're in by that day. And how many do you want for that? Or she'll say, do you want to go ahead and place your order now for the ones for New Year's?
Right.
And I'll just be like, all right, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Cause what am I going to say? come on. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not going to say that to her because she's right. You know, I know she sends a text about when her cutoff day is. You don't text her back. That's your problem, you know? So yeah, I feel you on that. You need to like just kind of establish, don't you feel like?
Oh yeah, you got to establish the boundaries
grounds,
too, because
yeah.
you know if they don't take you seriously, then their other customers and orders are going to suffer because maybe they're running behind or they weren't able to get everything done for everyone else. So in order for all the customers to stay happy, in order for everybody to get what they wanted and paid for, it's got to be on time. Like everyone's got to. No one else got an exception, so that person, whoever it is, can't either.
I know I sucked today. I didn't put the sending your questions on the story. But one thing I do want to be is more active on the story and have you guys interact. While I know you guys follow my other pages as well, it's like, damn, bitch, you want us to follow you on your personal page, your podcast page, your YouTube page, and your apparel. I mean, that's too many pages. Which one you want to be active on?
All of them.
I'm going to try to
pick, community.
I want to try to pick a day where I'm active more on one during the week than the others. Like I'll post here and there on the others, but I want to pick one day where I'm more active on one, and then it's just one content about this. I want to collab with more podcasts. Like I really want to collab with more podcasts. I just don't know that many women podcasters in Houston. When I use the hashtag Houston podcasters, is a lot of male podcasters. Yeah. So
who runs the world? Males.
On that note, guys, looking for a new podcast producer who's a female.
Dare you? Well, now hopefully when I get closer to our side of town, we'll be doing more stuff more often, you know, because you guys don't live an hour away.
Yeah, I mean, I would like. Oh, that's another thing we talked about, Rob. Was you know,
dedicated space. Or what?
Well, dedicated space and adding a third day for podcasting. Mm-hmm. So right now you guys get my content Wednesdays and Friday. I'd like to get to where Rob and my husband are, but that's because they have enough Patreons to be able to pay Rob currently to do that many episodes. I'm not there yet. So yeah. So to spread the word so that we can get more people to sign up so then I can be on air with you guys least more often.
Maybe that third show can be a full like call-in like segment show.
Yeah, that third one would be cool like that.
HERR line. Hey.
1-800 HERR line.
Hey.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Yeah.
That's a great episode.
That's a great episode.
Every Monday, you start off the week with HERR line.
And you call in because somebody has some shit go down on the weekend.
HERR line
it never what do you call it? It never fails. Something goes down on the weekend, right?
You'll have Mighty Soul being the voice of reason as usual, and then you'll have maybe Marissa being, let's rebuke Satan. You know, don't do the evil thing you want to do.
She was going to be on this week, but too much happening. So, no, she chose sleep over coming.
What?
Because her husband came back in town, and so she hasn't slept any. So
AKA,
I feel her on that.
She got some of the good.
Yeah,
and she's out like a light.
Yeah, I need her to be. Go ahead, and get some sleep. She needs it because when Pete was out of town and I was solo by myself with the two girls and they were both sick, I was just like, I told Marissa, I said, I thought about you. And all I think to myself is like, Marissa does 3 with no help because her husband works out of town, you know?
Yeah.
I said, by yourself, bro. I have the biggest headache because I haven't slept and I got 2. And I can't even like handle that.
Hey, guess what, guys? You did it to yourselves.
So true. Marissa, did you hear that? We did. But I love him. Sunny kills me every time. She smiles at me. I'm just like, damn you, Sunny.
Hey, guess what?
You're so adorable.
You got to tell yourself that.
She's so adorable.
That's what I was telling Marissa when she came over. We were watching the fights, right? She said something, you know, she's like, these damn kids or whatever. And then she's like, oh, but look, she's so cute and this, that, and the other. I was like, yeah, you have to tell yourself that or you'll lose your mind.
Yes and no, because I'll see her. Sunny's really laid back. I think her personality gonna be a tad bit different. I think she might be hyped because of her sister. Does that make sense? Like she's gonna be hyped.
Penny's the hype beast.
Yeah, but she's kind of like, I'll hug her and she'll just stay there. Like, and I'll just keep her here, like on my cheek, and she'll be fine with just staying there. And then if like I hand her off to Luisa or to Pete, she's looking at me like this, like, are you ready to take me back yet? Like, kind of like, ready for you to hold me, and I'd be like, are you waiting for me? I'll talk to her. I'm like, are you waiting for me? She's just like laughing. And I'm like, and she just gets all excited. And I'm just like, oh, yeah. Okay. So
cute.
3 hours of sleep because of you. It's fine. I get it.
3 hours of sleep, a wrecked body for 12 months. Trauma that I cried during massages. It's all worth it.
I cried during massages.
It's all worth it.
It was funny when she said, that's the way Sonny wanted to be born.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's what did it. That's what opened up the sprout. Let the waterworks start.
Wanted to be born. No, Sonny ain't got a choice when she's in my belly. Like, no, she did. That's why you ended up in the hospital.
Checkmate.
It's funny because she said that's probably what her personality is going to be like. She's going to do what Sonny wants to do. And I'm like, no, I can't have two of them like that. Because Penny is the same way.
You spawned yourself.
Yeah.
Identical kids.
I was like, she's like, just be ready because it looks like she's strong-headed and, she wanted to do what she wanted to do. She didn't want to come down that little canal. So she wanted you to pull her out. And I was just like, oh, two of these? No. I can't have two of these strong-headed girls. I was like, I need one of them to be a little bit more laid back. Two of y'all, that's going to be pretty scary. But when she said that, she was just like, basically talking about like, kids know what's up. She's like, something worse could have happened. Had she come down that way, maybe like something was going to happen to you. You just never know. She just opened up a whole different book for me. I already talked about her, but it was such a great session, guys.
Only time will tell.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, guys, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I really hope that you guys enjoyed your time with your family. I don't have any Christmas traditions. I wanted to start one this year, but where I really want to stop going to family's house on Christmas Eve. I want to just be in my own house.
Start your new traditions with your family.
And I know that we're Mexican, and that's like kind of loud. Like, how dare you not come over? But I would just love it if I could just like start like just cooking with my little family. Like we just sit there and watch movies and just kind of have like a slumber party in the living room. I would just love it if that was what we did it.
Start that next year.
But I also I know that I miss our families. Like I love when we get together, like at Pete's house, there's so many little ones.
Yeah.
That reminds me of when we were little, how there was a bunch of us, so I love that. And then going with my aunt, why I really wanted to do this is because everybody's coming over since my grandmother's in town. And it's ever since my grandmother moved back to Mexico, we don't get together as much because, grandma's the glue, obviously. So I'm excited to see everyone. And here's a little bit different because everybody's grown and I'm the only one with kids. Babies. All my cousins who have kids, their kids are like 12, 13. They're not babies. I'm the only one with babies. So it's kind of interesting to be that 40-year-old cousin with babies. I'm also the oldest.
Damn.
I'm the oldest of 23 grandkids, 24, I think.
Damn.
Between all of us, yeah.
Big ass family.
Mm-hmm. Those are just grandkids. I know. So we haven't had a big Christmas like that in a long time.
Would be fun.
That's why. That's why I'm saying I want to do my own thing at home. That's what I mean. But then it's like you have situations like this where I'm like, well,
look, it's going to be so big that by next year you're going to be all set on big Christmases.
Right. And I'm hoping that my new house is where we have Christmas. Like everybody can come to my house.
Yeah.
I want to do that. I don't host now because my house isn't big enough. I would love it if my house was where we hosted. And then it's like both families, I'm inviting y'all to come over.
The invitation's there.
So now if y'all don't come over,
it's not on me. It's on y'all, motherfuckers.
No more. I'm hosting.
Do it for Jesus.
Thank you guys so much for listening. I really appreciate it. We have just a week left before the new year begins.
Yes.
From this episode. And I know we didn't do our vision board, but I thought that maybe what I could do is in the group, I go live.
Ooh.
And we all kind of do our vision board together on a live. And then we just kind of all jump in and or I will just go live and I will just talk to y'all, and I would just kind of maybe get Marissa to join me, and we just kind of do a what's up podcast for you guys in there, and we just kind of all chat live, because you guys can kind of type in live as we're in there, and we can just kind of type in, and maybe Rob, you can help by keeping up with
sure.
Excuse me, the comments as they come in. And guys, y'all still haven't voted. Do we open it for everybody who's a listener? Or do we just keep it as our 23 people?
Did we make a poll in the group? Because you can make polls. Okay, got it. Let's make a poll.
Listen, what if I do the poll on the podcast on the podcast thing?
On
right?
Patreon?
No. Just on our story.
Okay.
I'm going to do it there.
On Instagram.
On Instagram. Okay. Because we have our listeners plus our Patreon. Patrons who are Patreon members.
Right.
That's why I was getting confused. Okay.
Gotcha.
So we have 2 people who can be on there. So they'll both be kind of voting. So,
but don't we want just the current patron? Didn't you want the patrons that are in the group right now to see if they want to let everyone else in? Because if you're not a patron, be like, yeah, let us in. Let us into the group, even though we're not patrons.
Yeah, but the ones that say no, I'll know it's them.
But it's like 1,000 to 20 something. Let's say what if like everyone that follows like, oh yeah, let us in, and there's like our 25 patrons that are like, no, this is for us.
Well, no, those are just.
If everyone voted,
but there's some missing, because we have 26 patrons, and I only have 23 in the group. The other ones haven't requested. Maybe the new ones don't know they need to request.
Oh yeah, we'll make a post about that.
Maybe I'll make a new post.
Or they don't have a Facebook, or they're like,
and they don't want to create it. Yeah, Don had to create a fake one.
Yeah. A couple people I think created fake.
Yeah, someone said something. It's their initials and HERR.
Yeah.
I said make sure you do that, so I know that you're actually.
Dude, that's the only thing Facebook's really good for is these groups and then advertising. I mean, obviously that's it.
Yeah. That day I asked on the group, like, how are you guys doing? It was funny because everybody must have been feeling it too, because that was the most interaction I gotten from anybody in the group. And it was like everybody was going through something. I'm like, oh my God, me too. Except I just totally told y'all how I felt on my podcast, because I've been feeling like all of y'all combined, all those feelings that everybody's just made a comment about. Same. Because it was like everybody was going through it. Isn't that crazy?
That's
I just
crazy.
said, how are you guys? How's everyone doing? And that's all I said. And I was like, oh my God, I posted other things, and like it gets a like, 2 likes. And this one's like, how are you guys doing? And everybody's like, Anna, I think, lost her dog.
Oof.
Which I can't imagine that. And I know that I've got to know that's the worst feeling. I know that, you know what I'm saying? Someone else was like, basically stressed out too. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like going through it, because I just felt like, oh my God, I don't know how much longer I can take of these kids being sick. Like, plus work on top. And then it's like, and then it's mom guilt of leaving them with Luisa, you know what I'm saying? Because they're sick, but I still got to work. So it's like, what do I do type of thing?
So hopefully when we make this poll in the group, all the people that responded to that post will respond to this post to let us know how they feel about letting
so I'm going to put it up right now.
Cool.
As we speak. And then you guys will be the decisions on whether we make this a public group or not to the rest of the patrons. And then how would the rest of the, not the rest of the patrons, the rest of the listeners. So then what would we do for them then I would just post a link if you'd like to join our Facebook group.
Yeah, you could do that. You could put it in the bio of the, probably in the bio of the Instagram, or you could just tell them like search, because right now the groups, I think it's private or hidden. So if you search it, I don't know if you can find it unless you have the invite link. So you know how like if you go to Facebook, you search the group, they'd be able to search HERR World and actually find it. Because right now, if you type in HERR World, I don't think you can find it. You only get to it through the link.
So quick question. So maybe what I can do is say, if you'd like to join our Facebook group, send us a DM.
That too, yeah.
And then you can send them a link
directly, yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening once again. Merry Christmas for the umpteenth time. And let's get it together for 2022.